Welcome to Consult Advisor, an ICT consulting services company. In this video tutorial, we will explore Microsoft OneDrive's features. OneDrive can be accessed in two main ways: through the web version, using any internet browser, and through the OneDrive application on your PC. In this first video, we will focus only on using OneDrive on the web. For now, I'm going to use Google Chrome. First, we search for OneDrive.com. On the main page, we have two ways to sign in. We can either press Sign In at the top of the page, or use the Sign In option in the middle of the screen. I'm going to choose this one. Then we enter our email address. This can be a personal email, or if you are a student at a school or part of an organization, you can use the school or organization email that was provided to you. After that, we enter the password, and then click Sign In. You will then be asked if you want to stay signed in so you don't have to enter your password every time. If you are using your own personal computer, you can choose Yes and save it securely. However, if you are using someone else's computer, a school computer, or any public device, it's better to choose No so your password is not saved. After signing in, OneDrive will open. Before we continue, let's take a quick look at the interface. At the top of the screen, we see the recent activity. On the left side, we can see the main sections of OneDrive: the Home section, My Files, the Shared section, Favorites, and Recycle Bin. Each section helps in managing and accessing our files in a different way. By default, OneDrive usually opens on the For You page, which shows suggested and recent activity. In this account, the For You page is hidden from the settings, so OneDrive opens directly on the home view instead. If you are using OneDrive for the first time, you may not see any files or activity yet. Now let's go to My Files. In this section, we can see all the files and folders that we have created or uploaded to OneDrive. Under My Files, you will find everything you own on OneDrive. Let's click on the Shared section. This is where we find documents and files that are shared with us or shared by us. Inside the Shared section, we have two options: Shared with You, which shows files and folders that other people have shared with you. For example, here we can see a file that was shared with us by a teacher. Shared by You, which shows files and folders that you have shared with others. Here we can see that we have shared this folder with someone. To check with whom we have shared the file and to see what access was given to the shared person, we click on the three dots on the folder, and then choose Manage Access. We will see that we have shared it with IT support, and they only have the permission to view the folder. Let's now see the Favorites section. This is where we place important documents or files so we can access them quickly. To add a file to Favorites, we choose a file or folder. Let's say we want to choose from My Files section. We select a file and click on the star icon. Now we can see that the Notes folder has been added to Favorites. Now let's click on the Recycle Bin. This is where deleted documents are stored temporarily. To delete a file, let's go back to My Files. Select the file we want to delete. We click on the three dots and then we press Delete, either from the top or from the below option. Then we click on the Delete button here. The file is now moved to the Recycle Bin. To restore it back, we open the Recycle Bin, select the file, click on it, and then press Restore on the top. The file will return to its original location in OneDrive. Now let's see how and what we can upload to OneDrive. We click on the Create or Upload button. It gives us many options. First, we see the Folder button, which allows us to create a folder directly on OneDrive. Then the Files upload, where we can upload files from our PC. After that, there is the Folder upload, where we can upload a whole folder from our PC. Then there are Microsoft documents like Word document, Excel workbook, PowerPoint presentation, and more. Note that these Microsoft documents are online ones that open directly in the browser. We'll see this in a few. For now, let's create a folder. To create it, we press on the folder button. Then they'll ask us to name it. And we can change the color for it. Let's choose this color and name it, for example, Schedules. And click Create. Once you press Create, the folder will appear directly in OneDrive. However, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, we can refresh the page so that it appears. Inside this folder that we have just created, we can add files or documents. To do so, we open the folder by clicking on it. Then we click on Create or Upload. Let's choose Folder Upload. Then choose a folder from your PC. I'll choose this one. Then click Upload. They will ask us if we want to upload it or not. Choose Upload. Now the Schedules folder is created. Let's upload a Word document and see how it opens online in the browser. We also click on Create or Upload, then choose Word document. These online versions may have slightly different features compared to the desktop versions on Windows. I will write something like 2026 Schedules. One important thing to note is that in the web version, documents are saved automatically, so we don't need to manually save before leaving the page. Let's close the Word document. Beside the documents we have on OneDrive, we can see when and by whom was the document or file modified. In addition, we can also see if the file is shared with someone. For now, these files are private ones. Let's go to the Shared section. If we have many documents that were shared with us and we don't want to forget them or lose track of them, we can add them to My Files. To do this, we select the document. Click on the three dots. Choose Add Shortcut. And then click on My Files button. We can also add them in a different way. We click on three dots. And then we press on Add Shortcut, which is at the top of the screen. Then choose My Files. The document will now appear in My Files as a shortcut, making it easier to access. We go back to My Files to check if it was added. Here we can see that the document was added successfully. We can view our folder's details by selecting it, then clicking on the three dots. We can then press on the Details button, either from the below options or from the Details panel at the top right. When we select a file and click on Details, we can see whether the file is shared, who has access to it, and when it was created or modified. Now let's look at how file sharing works. To share a document, we select the file we want. For example, let's select the Schedule folder. Then click the Share icon beside it, or the one at the top left. Or click on the three dots, then choose the Share button. We choose the person we want to send the file to. For example, I want to send this file to IT support. Then we choose the permission level. We can choose Can Edit, if we want the receiver to edit it, or Can View, which allows the receiver to view the folder only, or Can't Download, so the receiver cannot download anything from the folder. In this example, the permission is set to Can View, which means the person we are sharing the file with can only read the document without making any changes. These permissions can always be changed later. We add a message, for example, "Here are our New Year's schedules." Then press Send button. We will see this after pressing Send. You've invited IT support to view schedules. Now let's check the file details. We select the file, then click the Details panel. We can now see that IT support has access to the file. Now I'm going to show you how the other user receives it. IT support signs into their OneDrive account. Once signed in, we go to the Shared section. Under Shared with You, we can immediately see the document that was just shared a few moments ago. This confirms that the file was shared successfully and is accessible from OneDrive. Now let's go to the Shared by You section. Here we can see all the files that have been shared from this account. As mentioned before, we can manage access to shared files at any time. To do this, we select the file and click on Manage Access at the top, or click on the three dots. Then choose Manage Access. From here we can see who the file is shared with. And we can stop sharing it by clicking on the Stop Sharing button. Now the file is no longer shared with anyone. Now, I'm also going to show you how the shared file appears in Outlook. From OneDrive, we click on the Microsoft Apps menu, which is the 9 dots at the top of the screen. We can see many applications that we can access. Let's click to open Outlook. In Outlook, we can see an email notification from Student, which says, "Student shared schedules with you." Open the email by clicking on it. This email shows who shared the file, what permission was given, and includes a direct link to open the document. From here, the recipient can open the file directly from Outlook or access it later through OneDrive. In this video, we covered the basics of using OneDrive on the web, including navigating the interface, managing files, and sharing documents. For more video tutorials, visit our channel.